he's in a little bit of a battle here. There's going to be an addition to this roster at the trade deadline, if not multiple. There's some players that are fighting for the ability to not get sent down or scratched when that addition comes, and he's one of them.
Sam, obviously you have to be thrilled about Hryckowian getting the goal because he's your guy, but there's an interesting super chat that I wanted to include you on. So Ryan, if you would pull that one up, we'll get to the other super chats later, but this was one that I think Sam would enjoy chatting on. It's from Aaron Robertson. It's a Heiskanen and a Ludwig. Bing bong. Ritzy, Johnston, Rantanen. Why does Gully say no?
I love it.
See, of course he loves it.
Yeah, but only because of the specifics, not just because Hryckowian getting on the first line would be great. It's Golitzin. I asked Golitzin about Hryckowian after the game about specifically what he's seeing. Is it just him playing with more skill around him, or is this something he's doing differently? And he said he's not doing anything differently. He's playing the exact same game, but he has Matt Duchene, who it's not just more skill, it's the specific players he's playing with, right? Luds always talks about Duchene, how he holds on to pucks, he can curl up, create space for others. When you have a guy like that, it's good to have someone that can go into the corner, win battles, have the tenacious ability to go win a battle, hold on to a puck behind the net, let your play develop, and then you add Jamie Benn to that, who is just always causing chaos around the net in the slot area, and it's just a good blend where they kind of feed off of one another. So I think that goes with that same thing because Rantanen loves to hold on to pucks. Wyatt Johnston can hold on to pucks. Wyatt Johnston can find space in open areas that Rantanen can hit him. I think Hryckowian could almost be the Jamie Benn on that line, and it could work for me. I think the kid has shown that he's not only able to do all the stuff we love and talk about all the time, but he's got some offense. And I think I wrote about this before. I'm going to write about it a lot more as we get closer to the trade deadline. But he's in a little bit of a battle here. There's going to be an addition to this roster at the trade deadline, if not multiple. There's some players that are fighting for the ability to not get sent down or scratched when that addition comes, and he's one of them.
It's a good conversation to have. What does Hryckowian have that Steele doesn't, or vice versa? Like, do you think Sam that Ritzy Ritz here has got a better scoring touch than Steele? Because I believe that I can't go back. You said he's got 5 goals now. I can't remember all of them, but I think he's getting his goals by crashing to the net.
He is.
Like, it's not like he's dangling around somebody.
6 goals tonight.
And doesn't Steele do the same thing? Is there more of a direct?
Does he finish them though?
No, but my point is he's finishing them because they're hitting him and going in.
They both have 6 goals on the season. Clearly, Steele has been given much more opportunity to play on the top line or the second line and be in an offensive role. Hryckowian has done a nice job carving out 6 goals while not playing in a top 6 role.
But they're getting the goals the same way.
Is Hryckowian? You said this before Sam came on. Is that the perfect spot for him? Is it? I mean, I don't think any of us think that Hryckowian playing up with Rantanen and Johnston is a long-term permanent solution. But I guess the question is it better than Sam Steele? Should they give him that look, or is him? You said it earlier. Third line is perfect for him right now.
Well, I think where the upgrade is probably is down the road because of age.
Yes.
Well, how old is Sam? He's not 30 yet, is he?
No, he's not that old
is he
at
27, 28 years old, or is he younger?
I would think he's close to 30.
I'll tell you in a second.
It's going to take a lot of scrolling.
Yeah, I was at the other team because we were looking at him.
We got to go to break.
27.
Okay, 27 versus 21, 20?
Yeah,
what is Ritzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's your next Sam Steele. Or maybe it's a same but upside of scoring 15 goals
24.
here, 15, 20.
He's not that
guys,
and he has edge.
We got to go to break.
All right.
Have Sam hang out.
Sam, don't go anywhere. We'll talk more about this next here on the DLLS Stars postgame show.
Don't we have hand signals here or something?
I guess my question is, until you make that move, right? Because we all think that
Which move?
I'll explain. I think that there are 2 key features on the Stars shopping list. And you've been saying this since training camp. A winger in the top 6 role, right? To replace the Granlund, Marchment, somebody in there. And I think that need is still there. Especially after you lose Sagan, right? Then you really need that. Because I think Maverick Bourque has looked pretty good playing as, a role. I don't know quite as good as Sagan, but with Hintz and Rantanen, if you could get somebody for that left wing spot with Johnston and Hintz and Robertson. Either way, if you get a winger and now it pushes Steele back down to the third line, fourth line, wherever, the bottom six. The argument about Ryczkowian, he's in that mix as well. I think the other need is elite defenseman, right? You have a clear three. I really like the guys that are part of this depth, but if you could pick up a fourth, so you would have Harley, somebody, Haskin, and Lindell.
Just for ice time, right? I mean
that's a heck of a top four. And I know that everybody
this year is crazy.
I mean, I know that everyone keeps talking about Rasmus Anderson in Calgary. I don't know if that's going to be the one. I don't know if you go and get a 2 for Luds.
Well, the good news, and if you're taking a swing, you're bringing Nats with them. If you're bringing
Kadri over Coleman,
he's got at least 3 years, I believe, left, and he's got it on a big number. I don't even know how any of that stuff fits. I have no idea. But again, I think we're still looking at Robo. I mean, they got to get what's going to happen with Jason. They got to get him.
They got to get that contract done, and that'll help.
Done. But the thing is Anderson would be a rental. The other guy, you're going to have.
Yeah, you're not worried about getting Anderson to fit for a rental, but you might not be able to get Anderson to re-sign because of cap space, especially with Robo. Kadri has 3 more years at $7 million. That's why, as Sam, you said, what about Blake Coleman? He has 1 more year after this year at 4.9. If you got, I don't know if you get retention or not.
Blake is a good number 2, number 3 winger. I mean, he can play in the middle of the ice. But he's a hell of a penalty killer.
Yep. But he can score. He's got a scoring touch.
He's had 20 goals.
That's the key.
He'll get you 15 to 20 goals. So,
and if he could do anything like he did in the bubble, where and any of those runs for Tampa, that's all the Stars need. I don't think they need someone who's going to score 40 goals. They need someone who can add just that one extra little bit of scoring that they're not able to get.
But he's not. Blake would be on this team. He could be, but
he had 30 goals in 23.
The best thing about him is he understands who he is. Yeah. He will give you that, and he's a solid, dependable top middle 6 winger.
Okay, so I asked Sam this: would you like to see an experiment of Ryczkowian up on that line with Johnston and Rantanen, at least temporarily? Because obviously, if they make a trade deadline move, that would push him down. But do you think there's something, you said it before, does he score any differently from Sam Steele? Should we give him the chance? Because we know there's enough instances, including overtime tonight. I guess maybe ask you guys both this, because we had a super chat about that. I think, didn't we, Ryan, about Sam Steele in overtime, or is that just that might have been on Twitter? People on Twitter.
There was a few of us shaking our heads.
Do you guys agree? Are you sitting there wondering why is Steele out there in overtime?
Why are we beating up Sam Steele?
No, here's my thing with Sam Steele versus Ryczkowian. Sam Steele has had every opportunity to show he could do what we said in the summer. All summer we talked about. Sam Steele is the kind of guy who can really help this team. If he can find a way to score 15, 12 even goals and be kind of a consistent offensive guy and just finish the golden chances.
For exactly what you're saying, right?
Yeah, so finish the golden chances that you're getting. However, it just hasn't felt like it's been consistent enough. So the other side of it, I know this is such a small sample size, it's going to sound silly, but one rush tonight, Ryczkowian decided to stay out there, join a rush of Wyatt, Johnston, and Mikko Rantanen, and he puts the puck in the net. I don't know why you don't try it. Sam Steele's not working. I'm not saying it's a horrible and they're getting killed in 5-on-5 and they're getting scored on all the time, but he's gotten chance after chance after chance with Mikko Rantanen backdoor passes, with chances in the slot, and he doesn't finish them. He misses the net a lot. He fumbles the puck a lot. Why not try it? You're trying anything you can right now, because I believe the management, coaching staff, everyone is just as aware as we are, if not obviously more aware, that there is going to be additions to this roster. They're looking down the line. They're looking at what lines have worked, what players could work in certain holes if we add this guy, if we do this. And I think they should try anything right now. And you're right, Luds. He is on pace he's got 6 in about half the season, right? So he's on pace for about 12. But to me, it just hasn't felt like it's clicked as much as they wanted it to. I don't know why you don't try that. Why not try Mavic Bork up there on the left? I think experiment as much as you can. You got a big boost in the standings. Try some things out.
I think Maverick's had some chances.
He has.
I think he's gotten opportunities, and maybe they feel as if he hasn't cashed in a couple of the opportunities. I don't know. I have no issue either wherever you want to go. I just think Gully has a good feeling about where Sam is and how he can use them in the roles.
I think there's a little bit more trust there.
I think both of those guys that you're talking about can't lose sight that they're really good penalty killers too. And
yeah.
that they need to understand that
Yep.
because that's a good role for those two guys. And it keeps a couple other guys, I think, away from the penalty kill. That I don't think need to be out there. They get their minutes.
I'm telling you, I know I've said this before, but I know that he's 37 now and he's been hurt a bunch, but they're missing the little extra offensive upside of Evgeny Dodonov, the guy that can be in your bottom six when you're healthy,
18
can elevate,
goals.
scored 20 goals last year, right?
Yep.
So that's not easy to come by, right? A guy that can be played.
If you can't afford him, you can't afford him.
Well, he was $1 million player. They could have, but I also think that he was a guy that Pete loves, and they wanted to give Hryckowian a chance and some other young guys. So it happens, but they missed that ability to elevate and have that kind of offensive upside.